announcement from Benjamin C. Steele talking to you about wearing a mask. Not this one, but this one. With everything going on right now with this pandemic, you need to wear a mask. My mask is for your safety. Your mask is for mine. I don't care what your uncles, brothers, best friends, mailman's roommate from college put on social media. Chances are they didn't think it through, and there's a very better than average chance that they're an idiot. So when you go outside, you put on your little mask over your face, put the little straps around your ears, and we're all going to be a lot safer. This is a team.
Mercer, one half of the tag team champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose. Over the nose. Thank you.
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemoth, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. If I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by Indy Wrestling US. Check out IWC, RWA, and more. And listeners like you, support this show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 742, Tuesdays. We would talk about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter, and here in the Sorgatron Media Studio in Pittsburgh, PA. I'm back, bitches! That's right. Sorry about that, neighbor. But anyways, we are back. It feels good to be in the chair, sitting on Batista's face like I have for so many of those 700 and some odd Tuesdays. I have an Armageddon chair from like a Pittsburgh show. That's why I'm sitting on Batista's face.
That's
Don't
not why
get
you're sitting on
weird,
Batista's
but that's not
face.
why I'm sitting. No. What was it? Vote Blue
Blue
Tista.
Tista, no matter who Tista.
Thank you, as if on cue. And what is running mate Kevin Nash, right? So
Yeah, sure.
all right, working on the 2024. But anyways, you just heard him. He's coming from Beacon, New York. He's got the dance moves tonight. My button's not working because it's over here. He is Mad Mike.
Sorg, I'm excited. I just got my new Christmas sweater in the mail.
Oh yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm very excited. It's not wrestling related, but God damn it if it doesn't make me smile.
Is it a Mando one? Are you teasing us right now?
I'm teasing. I'm
Oh.
teasing it because I'm going to wear it for the Christmas episode.
Yes, and we are making plans for the Christmas episode and making plans for the holidays. Maybe saw a couple posts if you're over on the Facebook group and everything like that. But speaking of Facebook, somebody who just made a splash an hour before this show started over on the Fight Underground page with a big win in a Haas fight to end all Haas fights. Brohemoth is with us as well, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me. Glad to be back with the Mayhem Show. What up, Mad Mike?
How you doing, bro? You showered and got ready for the podcast real quick. Real quick. That's impressive.
Yeah,
Talented.
yeah.
That's the great thing about being digital.
Don't even.
The digital Haas Brohemoth. There we go.
Ooh, I like that. You can keep that one.
Yeah.
As long as you can give us a T-shirt.
That one's for free.
Oh, definitely. I'll say you.
The digital
That
Haas.
might be. Oh, that might have the wrong with that.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
No, he just had a fight with Sean Reznikk, and we'll talk about that here a little bit in the show. But we'll be talking about Survivor Series, what we're thankful for wrestling in wrestling. If you're in the chat room, please drop that. And we have a lesson from Jacob Edwin. But of course, please go check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can find this and other shows that we're doing, including Indy Mayhem Show, including the Monday Night Warriors show that we've been doing, which is just Mike and I and Matt hanging out and talking about Legos and Mando and maybe some wrestling.
Podcast.
Yeah. What?
It's podcast.
It's podcast delicious.
No, because there were 3 M's.
Oh yeah, it was the podcast last night. But you can also, I should probably pull the doc up here. It's been a while since I've done this and not out in the cold. You hit us up at that email address. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMS0, which of course you've already put in your phone under Drunk Dial or your ex significant other's name, whatever that may be, so that you're calling when you're Wednesday night in your home and can't go anywhere and are drinking. That sounds really sad when I say it that way, but it's okay because you have a friend to call, and that's the Mayhem. And we hope that you call us on your holiday weekend festivities. So, also we are on Twitter at Mayhem Show, Facebook page and group for Wrestling Mayhem Show. Oh, what is that? Drunk Dial. There's the number 412-206-WMS0 or 9670. Thank you, Mike. You've had that in there for a while, haven't you?
I've had that in since I had a flip phone, Sorg.
I believe we've had a voicemail from The Miz on that hotline at one point. Yep. Thanks to you. Mm-hmm. Yes. So
it didn't say Drunk Dial then, though.
No, it didn't. Sure it said Miz call this number.
Yeah. No, it said Miz call.
Miz call. That'd be. You know what? If I was friends with The Miz, that's what I would put him under. Mm-hmm. And yeah, okay. We're too punny to start the show. And we are here, of course, to make these fine jokes every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, my favorite of the time zones. And you can check. Thank you to our Patreon supporters as well. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Our friends at the fan of the show level. Mo Diggity! Woo! As well as Ed Burke, Bobby. It's been a while. I'm not yelling in the middle of a campsite. I can just let it all out here. Bobby FJ Town, Team Hammerfist, Poppy Club level, our friends Bradley, Ruthers, Dave Podner, and Tina Keys. And at the Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy and Cal Turner. And at the manager level, our good friend at Farnsworth Investments. Thank you guys so much. And if you're on Patreon, we put the little message out there, and we'll be messaging you guys as well to coordinate directly. But if you are on a Patreon in the month of December, we will be inviting our Patreon supporters for a special recording for a Patreon exclusive episode special that we're going to be releasing over the holidays, so you're not without content over those couple of weeks during the holidays this year. So look forward to that. We'll be recording that probably the week before Christmas Mania. I don't know. Christmas Mania.
That might have to be a new special. Christmas.
Sure.
Wrestle Christmas when Del Rio killed Santa Claus.
Oh, geez, God! I witnessed that one live. Mm-hmm. Still my favorite.
That's why I always reference it.
Still my favorite thing is Charmin like turning his head to us and said, "I'm not letting my kids watch this episode."
I mean, he came back.
He did come back, but it's like 3 hours later. So, anyways,
then I got run over by Del Rio.
Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Also, I need to shout out if you want to support the show in another way and get some cool threads. ProWrestlingTees.com/WMS. Now through the 30th, which I believe is Sunday, there's the Black Friday sale and extravaganza, apparently, as there's 20% all merchandise, no coupon required. They're doing free shipping, free giveaways, all kinds of stuff going on over there. Start at ProWrestlingTees.com/WMS, and then also check out our friends. Tatiana Rose, I know, has been sharing stuff. Zeke Mercer's over on there. Bro, are you on Pro Wrestling Tees yet?
I'm not on Pro Wrestling Tees yet, but you know who is? The Good Guys.
The Good Guys are over there as well. And also sending a hearty get well soon to our buddy Ronnie Starks as well. So let's talk some wrestling. The Thanksgiving tradition, the Survivor Series happened. What?
The Survivor Series.
I just want the old school. Could we have had... like this NXT could have been classic Survivor Series NXT? That I'd be down with. And we had the teams and the themes, and there's the boss is back.
The Survivor Series.
The boss puppet is back, ladies and gentlemen. But you'd have the teams and the themes. I mean, I think you could have had a lot of fun with that, right?
Well, I think you could have, but it's also real close to War Games, which is essentially Survivor Series in a cage.
Yeah,
if we're being real about it, it's like a reverse Survivor Series in a cage. Because instead of people getting eliminated, people are added.
A reverse Survivor Series in a cage.
Yeah, it sounds like an Impact match.
I know it does. It really does.
Sounds like an Impact match.
It's an
But
Impact pitch.
WCW match,
I mean,
which
no,
is the beta Impact.
bro, you've seen the reverse battle royals, right?
I remember those, or the King of the Mountain, aka the reverse ladder match.
Yeah, you need to put the belt on. Well, you have to pin somebody, and then they go in the penalty box while you put the belt on the thing on the ladder.
What do you think the weirdest match to have a reverse version of it would be?
On
I
a
think
pole
that-
match.
What?
On a pole match, like any of those random objects on a pole match.
Well, no,
Like,
but
one. How do you reverse it?
But a reverse pole match is a flag match
It is. It is.
because you have to put the flag up.
True.
This is yes.
I'm thinking a reverse buried alive match.
I was going to say a reverse casket match. And you
Be the
watch.
first,
You
be the
watch.
first person to get your corpse out of the coffin.
You
The
be-
only time I've ever seen a reverse casket match was in Kill Bill Volume 2.
You
Spoilers for Kill Bill Volume 2.
You better watch out because Papa Judo's probably taking notes of all these for Hardcore Halloween 2 with 2PW.
Oh,
So-
no, actually, you know what would be a weird one? A reverse Last Man Standing.
a lot of crawling. It looked like that Walter match I just watched.
Ooh. Walter Dragunov.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, talking about it.
Yo, okay. Let's talk about Survivor Series first, and let's get to Dragon. I feel bad Matt's not here because we finally watched it. Matt, if you're out there, feel free to pop in. Of course, you got the link. But anyways, Survivor Series was a very good show. And Mike, I don't know, I've been really down on the Monday and Friday product for a while now. Obviously, and like worse than you, I think, at this point. So, and shout outs to the Harlem Assassin that's apparently in the chat room. That's a new name. What's up? What's up, Harlem?
What up, Harlem?
Getting the New York vibes tonight. I love it. But anyways, I did not watch any wrestling for the most part. Whatever I catch going through Twitter or anything, clips like that of AEW, WWE, the Indies, whatever's going on. But so I went in cold, man. Literally, the only wrestling I watched before Survivor Series was the next episode of NXT after Halloween Havoc. That's all I watched. And
Wow.
so
That's it's a good thing you don't like host a wrestling podcast or something.
this was an experiment.
You're forgiven. You were on the road.
I was on the road.
Yeah, you did drive across America,
Yes,
which sounds epic.
it was.
Yeah,
it was epic.
You were the Lex Express.
Yep. Oh, we should have called it the Sorg Express. Son of a bitch. But anyway, so I went in cold to this thing, and I'm like, I don't know who's on the team. I don't know the backstory of how they got here. I kind of don't care. I'm glad I didn't sit through it. The people I care, a lot of there was no Bray or anything on there, so I was like, there wasn't that happening. But it was all gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be the bragging rights things, and I don't know why the hell we're doing this, but they did enough. The starting with the Lana thing.
Yeah, you missed about 6 tables.
Yeah, about 6
No,
table
no, no, I
spots.
think she got put through a table every week leading up to Survivor Series.
Yeah. They're up to 9, so I know I saw the first maybe 3 or 4.
There was 1 week where they skipped.
Really?
They don't mention that.
Okay.
But there was 1 week in the beginning that they skipped. I think it was after the second table. I think it was also because Nia and Shayna just weren't on that episode.
Yeah, when they were on a little bit of a sabbatical. But quarantine sabbatical. But it's that was the finest workaround of a Survivor Series match I think I've seen in a while.
Okay, so I gotta talk about this Lana thing.
Talk about it.
Because after I watched Survivor Series, I watched the WWE Chronicle of Lana.
Also, she's got a chronicle. Liv Morgan's got her own special from a year and a half of following her. I don't know. It's equally oh, we're running out of content to do, so let's do this. And also,
I wonder if it was supposed to be 2 years, but because of COVID, they're
They
like, fuck it, put it out now.
Yeah, it's just but also we're getting to these other characters and spotlighting them more than I think would have typically happened.
That's what I think.
In normal
I
times.
can't wait for the 24 of Keith Lee. but that's another story.
Oof.
Yeah, but
That would be interesting.
so I watched the Chronicle of Lana, and most chronicles are pretty like they don't adhere to kayfabe. This one was kind of half and half.
That always
It was kind of half and half, and it bothered me.
Can I get a kayfabe rating on a documentary like that of sorts?
Yeah, I'd say
Like-
if you're saying between Vince screwed Brett and Brett screwed Brett on a rating of that, it's about a Sean screwed Brett.
It is, yeah, like that kind of thing. Because you're like, oh, I'm going to sit in on this. Like, oh, they're featuring Nakamura. Then there's just like, wait, this is story. Wait, what are we doing right now?
By the way, on the topic of Brett screwed Brett, for a hot second, I was watching one of the Undertaker special of Stone Cold, and apparently, if Brett wasn't ready to do business, Taker was going to go out there and made sure he did business.
Yeah, Undertaker was the backup.
Yeah.
No. He said Brett.
No. That was the Shawn Austin.
It was the Shawn Austin match at WrestleMania.
But Undertaker told Vince, "Why didn't you just come to me?
Yeah,
I would have made sure Brett did business."
So on the Brett screw job, he said, "Why didn't you come to me? I'd make sure it was good." And then when they were worried about Shawn at WrestleMania, he was ready to go.
Taker was in Gorilla with his fists taped, like he was ready to make sure Shawn did business.
That is
messed
up.
That's wild.
Yes.
That is wild to me. But anyway, got sidetracked. The Lana thing, like it was interesting to get her backstory, like to learn all about like. It's weird because when she was talking about her backstory, it made me want to see the Black Widow movie because it sounded very similar. Like, it sounded very similar to what I know the background of Natasha Romanoff is. Only instead of going into a covert spy operation, she went into pro wrestling. Like, it was a little
Pro wrestling
weird.
Black Widow. Is
Yeah.
that gonna be her new gimmick now?
Honestly, it should be, but at the end of the day, like it was all about Lana striving to overcome and being strong and everything, and then in the match, she won by not doing anything.
And she was so proud of herself.
And she was proud of herself. I'm like, that really kind of undercuts the entire story.
Yeah. I'm with you with that, but it's
like
At the
if
same time,
Nia had
she's a
taken,
heel, though.
but she's not a heel. She's a face.
yeah at this point.
Yeah, she's.
Oh yeah,
a
she's
face.
eating so many tables. Like you
But
almost
Yeah,
feel bad for
she's
her.
the one that's been
Like-
been belittled and bullied for the last 9 tables.
But like the thing is, if Nia had put her through a table and she won because of that, like if she was just lying in a table and the ref went out and woke her up and raised her hand, that is how you do that story.
See-
Don't
see-
have her just fucking
But
stand there.
I
though.
think
They
that's
technically
the
did that with
obvious.
how she got onto the team.
Is it?
Yeah, because I believe she was laid on the table for most of that match, and then like right at the end popped out, stole a pin.
Yeah. But she actually did eliminate Natalya. Like she did eliminate someone in that match. So it wasn't like Natty and Lacey Evans pulled a Luger and Brett and eliminated each other. Like Lana actually eliminated her. So she did do something.
And I'm curious. Well, obviously, I feel like after Monday night, we're heading towards an Asuka Lana team up. Why not? Why not at this point? Sure. I know we wish Asuka was doing something a little more significant with that championship, but this is kind of just what we've been doing the last several months. Okay. It's not a configuration. I want to see where this story goes.
Hey, if we get Asuka 2 belts out of it, I'm okay with that.
Absolutely. And going from grown Lana to what's going on with Lana, they're doing something interesting with her, and it's not the horrible relationship crap they were doing at the beginning of the year, right?
Boo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, she only mentioned Russo's name once in that whole chronicle.
Oh yeah. Well, you have to, right? And also, he was how long is the Chronicle for?
it's kind of iffy on when
Okay.
it starts. It seems like it starts like right when the table stuff started happening.
Oh, so it's well after Rusev's been gone.
Yeah.
And did
I
she,
mean, and there is a part where she seems really upset that like the person she's been traveling with the entire time of her career was Rusev, and now he's not there.
Mhm.
And that like is genuinely just fucking heart wrenching.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because you can tell she's not in a good way, and how active she is on social media, and how like terrible social media is. Like, she talks about it, and I'm like that part you really feel bad for her. But then when she brings it back to talking about going through the tables and stuff, I'm like, okay, like, all right. But like when she talks about real stuff, it's actually very poignant and heartfelt. It's just I don't like when they mix the kayfabe in with stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. It does go back to that little like, is my intelligence getting insulted, or are we along for the ride anymore at this point?
Yeah.
Right. So other than that,
It's still worth a watch, though. It's still
Yeah.
worth a watch.
so Survivor. Okay. Championship or champion versus champion match was great. Sammy versus Bobby was what it needed to be with her business being involved, and Sammy's trying to worm out and getting stopped at every turn. You know,
To be fair, Sammy has a legitimate point.
which part?
It was 4-on-1.
It was 4-on-1.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if I don't know if it helps the Hurt Business that they needed to surround the ring for Bobby to beat him.
Whoa, because Sammy was doing dirty taxes,
No, he wasn't.
tactics.
He was just running outside the ring.
He
It wasn't
was-
like Sammy was trying to actively cheat.
He pulled the the turnbuckle off.
He tried to,
Yes,
but
and
like,
this is the guy that did take like 2 or 3 people to win the belt back at WrestleMania. So this is kind of a good come around for it.
yeah,
He's a
I
guy
guess.
with a
I-
history of
I
this.
wish it was just Sammy and Bobby, and Sammy tried all sorts of things to win, and Lashley just like none of it worked.
Too much
Yeah.
of a monster.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he just over monstered him, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he definitely played scared before the match. Like the Twitter post he put up had me cracking up. Because he's like, yeah, gave him the scariest looking picture. Why don't we?
Oh, that was great.
It was the picture of Lashley when he had like the color contacts in from WrestleMania when he was going against
I think it was Finn.
Demon Balor. And Sammy was just like, "Could you pick a less terrifying picture of him?"
I did find that here.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is the tweet, and you got Sammy just holding up the belt and being happy, and then you just got Bobby Lashley just like, fuck.
It looks like the Mortal Kombat 11 version of Bobby
Yeah, he
Lashley.
does. Yeah, he does. And I said this last night. Like this is the best Bobby Lashley right now. Like he looks like he's slimmed up. He's having great matches with people. We're not going like the Hurt Business has been just great stuff for him right now in what he's been doing.
Yeah.
So,
I really gotta say the Hurt Business is probably one of the best things going right now.
oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like it's revitalized 4 careers like nothing.
Yeah. Like Shelton
I don't
Benjamin.
know if Cedric needed to be revitalized.
I
It gave
He was
Cedric
getting
direction.
stagnant at that point.
They
Though.
didn't
It
have
gave him a
anything for him.
direction.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. He was doing main event matches with Ricochet. Come on, now Ricochet's the one on the outs. But it's what is it, Mike? It's obviously your favorite version of the Beatdown Clan. So
Oh, by far and away.
so
Far and away. First off, it doesn't have the word clan in it, which I think we all can admit is a bit troubling.
yes. Okay. So,
It's a bit troubling.
yes. But it was a Southern company. But anyways, but no, it's
Excuse anything, Sorg.
Jesus. Well, they're Canadian now. That's okay. But
Yeah, the biggest glow up of a franchise was going from Southern Tennessee to we're Canadian, eh?
hey, the company became a lot nicer.
It went from DNA to TNA.
Really, a Canadian pun?
Bro, you've
it's
listened
their
to this show before, right?
I was gonna say, have you listened to my jokes
I'm
before?
like, you've been on the show before, Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you realize this is all of my A material.
Okay.
I
Okay.
walked into that one. I'm not even mad.
And from the chat room, Podner talking about Lana says they're keeping the belt warm for Charlotte, which
Yeah.
I hope that's not true.
It probably is,
It's
unfortunately.
inevitable. It's inevitable.
I hope they're keeping the belt warm for the Fiend Alexa Bliss. That's what I'm hoping for.
Are you ready for the Fiend version of the women's title?
Yes. So ready. I hope it's an evil butterfly.
Yes.
Evil butter. Oh, that
Come
would be.
on.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
Wouldn't that technically be a moth?
That'd be okay.
not necessarily. Not necessarily. Look at Candice LeRae. She's the poison pixie. Similar things going on. Like oh my god, if they give the belt to Alexa and then they repurpose a Divas title and make it fiendish,
Yeah.
that would be the most genius thing. Like
I can see those things flying off the shelf.
yeah, like every crack about the butterfly belt, if you make that the Fiend and make it like Alexa's pigtails or whatever, like boom, that's it. That's it right there.
Wow. Anything else stick out from Survivor Series? I say generally just a fun show.
I'm gonna say I really did enjoy the champion versus champion match because the signing promo that set up that match had me like gave me a reason to invest.
Say what you will about the Thunderdome and how WWE's presented their product, and there are a lot of cons to it, but this storyline with this whole thing with Roman, if you had fans, it would not work. I don't think it
Because
would work.
they wouldn't have given it a chance to develop, right?
No, wouldn't have had a chance at all.
No. Like they would have been booing out of the
It
building.
just started raining in with booze before you even get a word in.
Not even booze. You'd get what's. You'd get the what chance, and that would like Sorg, because I don't think you saw the contract signing, right?
No.
The contract signing, they did it like they did the I Quit match. No microphones.
Oh. Okay.
So it's Roman just casually and he's sitting at the head of the table, as opposed to normal contract signings when they're on side to side.
And everybody kind of gives him a look.
No one does.
Yeah.
And he just goes and he's just talking to Drew. He's like, "Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something that this man Paul Heyman told me a long time ago. You're the right guy. You're the right place. You're at the wrong time." And like it was just such a stellar promo. And he's like, at the end of the day, Drew, you're a placeholder for a belt. I'm a champion. Like, it was really, everything about it was really, really good. And he called him like a solid number 2.
Yeah, he's like, you'll always be my favorite number 2.
Oh my God. Like, everything about it was so good. It was just so on point. It was everything about what Roman's doing right now just works.
Definitely a very fun episode. Survivor Series. Sorry, I'm reading something else over here. I'm trying to investigate Tina's question in the chat. Tina's asking. You catch this?
I also wanted to bring up from Survivor Series the tag team title match. Jesus.
I didn't catch that one.
New
Unfortunately.
Day, Street Profits.
It's worth going back. My God.
Sure.
New Day and Street Profits, they tore it down. Like, it was really, really good. It was like, I'd say it was as good as Young Bucks and FTR with like a third of the hype. Like, I'm going to say it. It was fantastic.
So the question came up about is WWE double booking themselves with tribute to the troops? That is on December 6th, same night as NXT War Games. So here's the answer according to WWE.com. Yes, they are on the same day, and depending on your market, on your Fox affiliate, it depends on what time you're going to see Tribute to the Troops. This is a Sunday afternoon programming.
Yeah. Good. It depends on what football game you have.
So, adjacent to Sunday's regional NFL broadcast, viewers with an NFL matchup airing at 1 p.m. will watch Tribute to the Troops at 4:30 p.m. Viewers with a matchup airing at 4:05 will watch it at 3 p.m. So, depending on where you're at, you could be watching it live 3 or 4:30 p.m., which would be well before you're going to be watching, because it's probably only going to be about an hour program.
It's only an hour, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to be putting that up there, and then NXT's at, what the kickoff's probably going to be at 6 o'clock Eastern time, or 6:30 maybe. So yes, you got a day of wrestling going on there, I guess, and I'm sure they're going to heavily promote NXT that night, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
War games. Yeah.
yeah. So like, I'm watching this. What? There's a thing tonight? Yeah. Get your free trial, guys. So War Games.
We got one War Games match.
Actually, it's really smart marketing because they can just plug the shit out of Pat McAfee. For NFL people, that's a very, very smart decision.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You see how it all comes together. I wonder
what the Sunday night game is that night, because that might impact some things, but...
No, not Impact. They're on Tuesdays.
All right, Sorg.
They're on right now, actually.
Sorg.
So
Impact's counter programming against us. I got it.
Always. Somebody has to. Yeah. Yep. On that note, while we're talking about wrestling, let's mention some more. Let's mention how you can check out some more wrestling from the Pittsburgh area, the Cleveland area, including seeing a little more bro in action over at IndyWrestling.us, IndyWrestling.network. A lot of stuff going on over there. We just posted some new content last week, actually. And what did we post up there? I swear we just did something. But we have our friends at Prospect Pro Wrestling. We have, of course, the entire first area, sans the most recent tournament of no, that's the wrong network. Stop. But a lot of content up there. Some stuff from the last interview with DJ Z when Walking Wild over there. Our friends Vicious Outcast Wrestling. A lot of content happening with them. One of the great promotions that ran this area for several years up through 2016. Actually, 2PW's Hardcore Halloween. Are you ready to see a dead body? It's up there on the network as well. You can watch that iPay-per-view now a part of the network and available VOD at IndyWrestling.us. They say Fight Underground, 2PW, Rise Wrestling with a Y, including a lot of Lee Moriarty. He's getting a lot of going on these days. You can get over there. And, of course, I also have to throw out that we will be having an interview just recorded earlier today with Rob Schamberger. He is the amazing artist with WWE in residency there. He just opened SchambergerLabs.com for his content. Get this, all that artwork you've seen, whether it be 2K, Supercard, T-shirts, it's been everywhere. That wild style you see, Topps trading cards. He actually licenses that stuff to the WWE, and now you can get prints directly from him over his website. And we'll be talking with the Indie Mayhem show. That's going to be on IndyWrestling.us, and on that channel, those channels, YouTube and Facebook, debuting at 10 p.m. Eastern Friday night. So you're done with your SmackDown watch. You can go tune in to either of those social media channels and check out that interview as part of this, or over at IndyWrestling.us. We'll have the post for the podcast as well. So a lot of great stuff still happening, even in this dearth of COVID pro wrestling. You can catch up. You can check out a little bit of new content, and of course, like I mentioned, new content from our friends weekly, at least through the end of the year, with Fight Underground, including just tonight debuting an hour before we went on the air. Our guest tonight, Brohemoth, was in an epic Haas fight with one Sean Reznikk, somebody we're familiar with, working with and filming some matches in the West Virginia area for another promotion. But it was a hell of a fight. Brohemoth, Spoiler alert if you haven't watched that yet, and I do recommend that you do. And of course, there'll be an aftermath tomorrow night on those channels as well. Brohemoth, this is you've had a heck of a time this year. Fight Underground. I think at this point you've had the most matches, or at least tied for the most matches in the promotion at this point. Can you tell me a little bit about that experience so far?
It's been quite a journey. Cause like as we know, at the beginning of the year, I wound up missing like the first 3 months sitting out for surgery. So like starting back with the Fight Underground, I gotta say, like they threw a challenge at me right off the back. It was like, hey, we give you one person, now we'll give you two, and I'm just glad they keep them coming.
That's right. In the first tapings, you had who was it that you killed?
Vance Strader and the Great Alexander.
Yes, Vance. Man, Vance has been. He also took on your opponent, Sean Reznikk, last week, and he's got something, but he still needs to find it. Has been my take on him.
He's got a thick skull because he takes a beating.
Did you punch him right in the face during your match? It was like 90 seconds.
Oh no, I gave him the first punch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that didn't take.
It's very sporting of you.
Called me a big bully, said he's gonna punch me in the face. I said I'd give him that so it looks like he died trying.
and then he did. Yeah. So. But anyways, tell me a little about this. Of course, Sean Reznick's a guy that's been around. I don't know how long. I think it's his first time. He kept saying in 10 years in the Pittsburgh area he's been gone. What was like?
It was actually the first time our paths crossed, other than when he poked his nose in my business.
Oh, absolutely. What was it like taking on a vet like that?
I'm sure I left an impression.
In the mat, apparently. But
he was a hell of a challenge, but we know what I do.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about just a little bit of background. Of course, it's kind of a different project we've been doing. Wrestling Mayhem Show, of course, sponsored this latest area, and we do production with them over at Indy Wrestling US. But tell people it's a little bit different project than I know we've been involved with, and I think that I've seen you on as well. Of course, with these kind of different times. How is that vibe for you over at Fight Underground?
They definitely like go in with the underground feeling because it's like an invite only. Like they're checking at the door, and you're made to feel like it's like Fight Club if they had a ring. Practically, that's the vibe they give from it most times.
Do you see anything like this is your biggest challenge? I mean, you have Justin Idol, of course, that didn't go the way you wanted it to back then. But where do you see this going with this promotion?
It's something different. Like a lot of shows are still kind of sticking to the same concept, but now it's like focus on the camera. But like Fight Underground was made that like the way it's been like put together by the mad genius himself. Like it's just like it's something different. Like you get like that almost Mortal Kombat tournament feel for it when you show up. Like it's something else. Like, but like it's also a lot of things. Like it's wrestling, but at the same time, there's something so different about it because of the environment it's been made to grow in.
And this isn't something like it's not popping up in like a wrestling school or anything like that. Like it's been like we just were an address for a warehouse in the back streets of Pittsburgh this time.
That's that underground feeling. You're literally just given an invitation and a location and says show up and see who wants to fight.
Absolutely. There's graffiti outside, like actually not graffiti, but murals actually were on the building were fantastic.
Yes.
So it's a heck of an experience, and again, seeing the wrestlers around, watching the matches as you guys are pummeling each other has been a fascinating thing. You got coaches. I can't remember you having a manager of any sort in your career from the times that we've known you. And you got
Ronnie's managed me once.
Ronnie's managed you once, yes. But you got in your corner, of course, a Pittsburgh veteran in Dean Radford, and you got Dash Bennett on the other side behind Reznikk. How is that to have that like kind of support?
Dean's always like, I feel like Dean is someone who like has always trying to be like, hey, like you're good, but here's how you can be better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like for that, I always appreciate because like at the same time, it's never like you suck. Here's how you get better. It's like here's where you're weak. Here's how to improve it. It's always been constructive criticism. It's never just like a straight up beat down and then like, oh, here's how you might get better.
How do you think? Do you feel like you're more focused now because of his tutelage, more vicious, more on the right track now?
He's definitely awoken something up in me because like I don't remember being this angry so much all the time now.
I'd say, have you seen his old matches?
I've stood across from Dean. It's never fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's just like you regret it the next morning.
You need to check some of those late 2000 matches we got over on the network. There, he's got some. We've seen him in some pretty hard matches. When I heard that he's your coach for this thing, I was like, oh no, yeah, that's right. That's perfect. So,
like he's one of the first people who like when I broke out in Pittsburgh was a name that like a lot of people were bringing up. Like, hey, you might want to go find this guy. Like,
you kind of a similar body type, kind of that big bruiser, but you can move. Kind of a vibe to you, right?
Built like a tank, move like a Rari.
Yeah, just like that. So, well, that's fantastic. Of course, you can check that out, and you can see all Bros matches. They're all over on the Fight Underground YouTube page and on the Facebook page. And of course, we do have that first batch, like I said, of the Area 1 matches over on Indie Wrestling Network and on VOD if you want to possess that as well to watch on any device. So
definitely worth buying.
A lot of fun there. I feel like there's another topic we're going to hit up real quick that that's missing my brain here, Mad Mike, before we go to commercial. Do you remember what we're supposed to put here? Our big question is going to be what we're thankful for. So if you're in the chat room, please drop that in there as well. If you're checking us later, hit us up on social media.
Dragunov and
Dragunov. Oh, how did I forget this? Speaking of fucking bruisers,
I was like, I know you're right.
Beat down.
Jeez. So what the first several weeks? This is a 4 weeks away. Also, I watched Piper Niven and Kaylee Ray, not Kylie Ray. We had that confusion last night. That was also very good. Dude, what I put in Slack.
I thought I hit hard last time that match.
Jeez, I'm like, I put in the Slack. I'm like, why am I watching a snuff film? Jeez.
Like once, because I know I hadn't seen it for a while, and I had always intended on. I saw one of my buddies compare it to Joe and Kobayashi. I'm like,
whew.
Oh boy. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm getting.
A couple times he threw chops and like I winced. I was like, wow.
Like Dragunov was bloody. Was skin bloody on the front and back because he get thrown in the ropes, stuck in the ropes, chop in the front, and then right back to the back. It was ridiculous.
And sometimes just hitting the fucking neck.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, like those, like the chops. Yes, I know it's Walter. Walter's chops are
legendary.
They're ham hocks. Like that's. But it was the hits right to the neck, like right to here, not here or here so much. But right here, every time, like it was just like, oh, that's
smart striking now.
Fine.
Yeah.
Like it's smart striking because, like, literally, if you can't move the neck, how can you defend yourself?
Well, also, Dragunov's finisher is the Torpedo Moscow. Like it's a running headbutt. It's just a diving. It's like the E Honda move from Street Fighter. Like that's literally his finisher, and I'm like, that is the weirdest way to work that body part I've ever seen. Just by punching the fuck out of someone's neck.
But it's creative and it works because like Walter's finish is the power bomb, I believe, or is it the lariat? I know
he does the power bomb and he does the big splash.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, you hit me enough times in the neck where I can't move my neck. One power bomb, like. That's pretty much going to lock everything down from the neck down.
But even that, like, he hit the power bomb and Dragunov kicked out.
But it was all lower body, which puts more strain on the neck when you're folded up.
Well, I love that the finish was not like an impact move like that, but it was just Dragunov passing out. Like, it was just him coughing up.
Endured enough of a beating until
the
body couldn't take anymore.
Yep. But the body does not always go as far as the spirit sometimes. Was I think the lesson there? No,
the mind is willing, but the body is spongy.
But the flesh is no good.
Yes.
Bro, one other thing you need to watch as a chaser to the shot that was that match on WWE's YouTube, there is a whole video of other superstars watching.
I've seen that pop up on my YouTube. I haven't touched it yet.
It's totally
not
worth
gonna
it.
lie. I've been tunneled into World of Warcraft for the last 2 days.
That's fair. But all right, so let me give you a list of the guys watching this match: Shawn Michaels, Killian Dane, Drake Maverick, Drew McIntyre, Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, and Sheamus, and a little guy by the name of William Regal.
Regal is money at whatever they put him at in WWE. Like,
But
I'm not gonna lie, like I've always loved William Regal.
Watching Drake Maverick, like, I'm gonna spoil his joke at the end of the match. He's like, "This is the match I want to have right before I know I'm going to retire." like he said that, I'm like, "Yep, that sounds about right."
Yeah, like you want to give it your last go, you might as well get beaten to an inch of your life.
And this is like on the like kind of little known 5th tier WWE program on the network. You know, it's wild. And also that Piper Niven match that was Falls Count Anywhere. You got a nice tour of the facility that they're using. The BTA Sports Center, is it?
Yeah, the BT Sports Center.
Yeah, or studio. It's a studio.
I didn't get to that one. I just watched
that's a fun match.
The Dragunov match.
Well,
That's a fun match. Piper and Kaylee Ray beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
It's real good.
It's Piper is no longer happy-go-lucky, as Nigel told me several times in the match.
She's been bullied so much that now she's got a mean streak.
That's pretty much it. Now she's just pure monster and vicious.
Yeah.
It's what Nia Jax should be, like all the time. So
very much.
Yeah.
My goal over the Thanksgiving break is to hopefully watch all of the Heritage Cup tournament.
That's what Dragunov won to get the title shot, right?
No, Dragunov won a Battle Royal.
Oh, okay.
He won a Battle Royal in the before times and the long ago.
Wait, he's been holding on his title shot since like March?
Yeah, because they haven't had UK just
UK shut down.
UK shut down completely.
Yeah.
They just came back in September.
Yeah, I thought
so. That's why, like, if you see a lot of that, like, some of the guys got shredded.
Yeah,
some of the guys got fucking ripped because there's nothing they could do. Like, they're just training. Like around the time you saw like Pete Dunne coming back, that's when UK started again. When there was travel allowed.
Yeah, and I think the lockdown's been a lot more consistent there, probably. So yeah, that I've noticed no fans in the crowd. There's like a limited Thunderdome of faces on the back wall. It looks like I like
the way they do it better. To be honest,
I love the side sets that they have though. Like there's this weird there's just a pillar of that says NXT UK for no reason and stuff like that. So like that's interesting, but no, it's good. It's worthwhile, and damn it, there's a lot of good stuff over there. So
yeah, I want to try because I think the Heritage Cup finals are this week.
I believe it's A-Kid and Trent Seven, ain't it?
Yeah. Spoiler alert! Like, it's a tournament,
that.
but you know.
I love the week where I showed up and everybody's like Chachi's tweeting like they're doing that tournament, they're doing the pure tournament over at ROH. Man, I wish I could watch all this stuff. Chachi's flipping through one Saturday. It says like I just like tuned in and Shane Taylor's knocking somebody out on my TV. You know, it's like it's a good time. At least they're everything's getting the momentum up. You know, on these bigger things, even if everything's who knows where on our local fronts with everything that's happening. So I mean, I guys, I'm doing an MMA show this week.
Thank God for the internet.
Just the camera op, and they eliminated the crowds. Like we're doing this like WWE style, guys. Where they eliminated the crowds for this thing, so we're just going to be filming a pay-per-view Wednesday and Saturday this week in Pittsburgh. Produced by the same guy who produced the Gallows and Anderson specials. What are they called, Mike? Help me out here. Talking Shop-a-Manias.
Oh, Talking Shop. Yeah.
Yeah, the same fellow that produced those we're going to be working with is back in town, the great Mike Moran. So looking forward to that. And I don't know. I think Conquest is still happening. I mean, I always say they're still advertising, and it's always like I believe it when I'm in the car on the way at this point. So, but I know they're good with their, I saw their list of the COVID stuff when they were supposed to do a show back in August, and I think they're going to be pretty good as well. So we'll see. But, yep. Anyways, what the hell's next? Hey, Slice on Broadway. You know what's safe no matter where you're at? Even if it can't get to you. I'm sorry, West Coast. Our good friends at Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Beachview, Carnegie, East End, 3 locations, and just opened up. This is just for us locals in Beachview. They just opened 2 doors down. Tim's Corner Market. It's a local shop. I know this is very localized. It's very, but they're supposed to have some Boar's Head deli meat sandwiches happening there. So if you're not down for the pizza when you come back in, bro, you can roll down there and maybe check that out. So,
Taco pizza.
Yes.
You got all the best spots near the studio.
Listen, bro tore apart Slice. But Beastman tore apart Slice on Broadway not too long ago. Maybe you can have a hand at Tim's Corner over there. So, but no, Rico's got a new venture over there. So I'm glad he's serving that end of the neighborhood at least. So
I'll chuck a sandwich at someone not wearing their mask.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, that's the sign. No mask, sandwich to the face. There you go. I don't know if
Mask or sandwich.
I don't know if that's a deterrent at that point. So
I don't know. I'd be pretty mad if somebody whipped a sandwich at my face.
I mean, it depends on the sandwich.
It's gotta be that hard French baguette.
I would just beat them with a fucking roll.
With a roll?
Yeah,
like dinner rolls. What are you?
Yeah, no, like the French bread. Get the week old French bread. It's still hard. And crack over their face like a kendo stick.
Either way, if you're looking for your food-based weapons, go check out our friends at Slice on Broadway. Guys, we're going to check in on a couple of things. You're going to hear from Katie and see Bradley, and if you're on the video versions, and check out what is going on. And we'll be right back after this.
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee breath.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hey guys, it's Zeke Mercer, one half of the Tag Team Champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose. Over the nose. Thank you.
We are back, Wrestling Mayhem show. Of course, Brohemoth is still here, celebrating his big victory over Sean Reznikk at Fight Underground tonight.
Glad to be here.
And also Mad Mike still in Beacon, New York, still the only WWE, so the only guy here on the show with a WWE Future Endeavor letter. I messed that up, but you get.
It's okay. All right. If this is your first time, spoiler alert, I used to work at WWE. That's where I got this giant ass Undertaker poster behind me.
It is actually so fantastic. But anyways,
everything we could talk about, but we didn't really discuss.
Oh, the Undertaker.
The end of the fucking Undertaker.
Well, we did for a moment because we talked about that WrestleMania thing. I need to go watch so much. I did watch the Broken Skull session afterwards. I sat for the whole 2 hours for that. I'm just like I can't go away. I need to hear this. You know, it's the Undertaker. Come on. I need.
Oh my God! Guess what? Xavier Woods is on G4. He did it.
He did it. He did it. Good for him. He's also like in Gears 5. Gears of War 5. So,
yeah.
It's a big month. It's a big month for Woods. Yeah, he can tag team with Batista in Gears of War 5, and now he's on G4.
Oh, wow. I forgot about the Batista connect. If you guys don't remember... Yeah, if you guys don't remember, Xavier Woods is apparently a huge Batista fan and was just going bonkers to his theme song the last time he came. It was the last time he came out of WrestleMania, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, he was in the back doing the machine gun pose and everything. It was wild. I was like, man, he's really into this. So, can we do?
Hey, he walks for miles inside that pit of danger.
Mm-hmm. And now that pit is Gears of War 5, where it's actually a pit and it's very dangerous. But it's from things that come from the underground.
Pit of danger.
Chainsaw Lancers.
Yes.
I walk for miles to find these chainsaw lancers.
I'm on Gears of War 2.
I have never played a Gears of War.
It's not
you're
bad.
missing out. I played the first
It's not
three.
bad. It's depressing as fuck.
It is a very
That's why I
grim
can't keep
story.
going. Because I'm like,
That was like the era though, because like Gears came out at the same time as PlayStation released Resistance. It was like here's a game where the humans lose.
The second game had the trailer that was the song from Donnie Darko, and I'm like, oh, so this is like the I Want to Commit Suicide game. Okay, all right.
I guess it's good they're getting some power of positivity.
Yeah, they got a lot of bright colors now because of the New Day. That's shocking. So
usually the only bright colors you got were the bloods of the people you splattered.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the only bright color in the game ever is blood.
You're like, oh fuck, there's a giant worm again. You know, it's just like, how are we finding more giant things to fight that we didn't find before? How big is this? Anyways, this is a different podcast now, guys. It's been a weird year in wrestling.
You can say that.
It's been less than typical, let's say. Bro's doing well with it. He's made the most out of it. Definitely. He's been doing good.
Thanks to you.
What's that?
Thanks to you.
No, thanks, dude. Yeah, that's you doing your thing, man. But what are you thankful for in wrestling on this Thanksgiving week? What are you thankful for? Tell us, chat room. Tell us out there. What are you thankful for? I got one already. Mrs. Podner is thankful for our truth.
Truth is a gem.
He's just always. I'm always happy when there's something going on with him. It's just great. Also, he's thankful for women's wrestling still being treated well by multiple companies. Yes, I think that's true for the most part. I understand even AEW might have picked up the last couple of weeks on it. Friend of the show, Lady Frost, by the way, on AEW Dark tonight, which I think may have already technically aired.
I think it did. Yeah.
So I'm going to at least watch that match tonight while I'm editing the shows.
Yeah, I have a sworn hatred of the concept of AEW Dark, but I will watch that match.
Missing out, man. Did you see the Dancing Ricky Starks gif? Holy shit.
I
may go back and watch Dark for the last 3 weeks.
I'm not watching 2 hours of squash matches.
I will absolutely watch 3 hours of squash matches with guys that I worked with 2 weeks ago. I'm down. Airwolf got signed. You know how happy I was when I was working on Warrior Wrestling, and I'm looking at the call sheet, and I'm like, this team is called Airwolf, and then they were fantastic. I was like, and next thing I see, they're on my TV in squash matches against the Young Bucks. I'm like, yes, which was, good stuff. Anyways, we're not having that conversation again. So, I'm thankful. What are we thankful for, Mike?
Oh man, I'm thankful for the rise of the cinematic match.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them have been perfect. I'm looking at you, Swamp Match. But they're all fascinating ways to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
I think without the rise of the cinematic match, I don't think we would have gotten the perfect send-off for The Undertaker. Because despite what he has said, he felt really good to go into a match with AJ Styles
but
and
you don't
everything
know,
like that.
Yeah, you don't know until it happens.
Exactly. Like, I'm sure AJ would have done his damnedest to make Taker shine like a fucking diamond, because that's what AJ does. But you never know. Like, Roman's great at doing that too, and we all know how that turned out. Like, but the Boneyard match was the best way to send off Taker. Even if he wasn't being sent off, it's a way to do Taker matches for the next 3 to 4 years. If you want. Like, Taker can have a cinematic match every year, and I ain't going to be mad at it at all. You had the Firefly Funhouse match, which is the most intricate thing I've ever seen in wrestling.
Pro Wrestling Acid Trip.
Yeah, it's not it's the ultimate thing of, have you paid attention the entire career of John Cena? And have you been a wrestling fan for 10 times longer than that? Because this match is for you, and we will hit on everything.
Your kids are going to be really confused, but that just gives you something to explain to them and show them more network.
Yeah, and like, I'm elated.
How you fall down the John Cena rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously. And I can't wait to see what they do with Randy Orton.
It was easily Marcus Mann's favorite match.
Yeah. And like AEW doing the Stadium Stampede.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite match per se.
So much fun. I enjoyed
really, really fun.
so much. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
I think every big gimmick match AEW does so far, they've been hitting them out the park.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That tag match between Butcher and the Blade and the Natural Nightmares was really solid.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got to catch that one yet.
No,
I saw it. I have issues with it just based on the fact that I don't think QT Marshall should be in that kind of position, but he was, and they did fine. So I can't be mad at it. It was a good match, but like, every cinematic match has been just the Money in the Bank match. I know a lot of people hated it. I thought that Money in the Bank match this year was batshit crazy, and I couldn't get
it. Was fun. It was fun. It was the same thing, right?
There was just a straight few moments of utter chaos where you're like, what the hell just happened? But it's like, that was crazy.
The shitty part was how they treated it afterwards. The shitty part was, we threw you off a building and you're fine sitting here right now. That's what pissed me off. But in the moment, like the Stadium Stampede, I hold the Stadium Stampede over the Money in the Bank match. But also, I don't think we would have had a Stadium Stampede without a Money in the Bank match.
Correct. Yeah.
So.
And like, Asuka dancing in the elevator.
Oh yeah.
Is an evergreen gif.
Yes.
Like, it's an evergreen gif.
Yes,
and Asuka starting off the match by leaping into the lobby where you see the giant statues of Andre and Piper. Like, yes, all of that. All of that. But yeah, I'm thankful for the rise of the cinematic match, and to harp on what Dave said, women's wrestling, because Jesus, women's wrestling and AEW. I'm not gonna get into it, but in WWE, women's wrestling, by and large, has been fan-fucking-tastic this year. Fantastic. And that's with Becky going away.
Yep.
That's with Charlotte going away.
Yep.
Like, that's how deep their roster goes.
And they're using it. They really are using
Their
it.
roster rules.
As much as we can get pissed at where is Naomi? Yeah. Naomi, she should be there. She should be in this lineup. I don't know what the deal. It could be something personal. Who knows? Injury. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be any number of things.
Yeah.
but
But still, with that, everybody and some of them are getting new chances. They're doing something with Lana. Shayna and I are in the mix. There's Iconics had some glow time for a little bit, and now they're doing something different with them. And and those are changing and moving and developing, right? So we'll see what happens with some of those. It may go. Some can flounder, but it feels like it has a chance to go somewhere with a lot of them.
And whatever the women's war game match is, I'm already in for it. It's Team Shotzi versus Team Candice.
Yeah, I got.
Sign me up. I don't care who's in it at this point. You could, because the NXT women's roster is so deep. So deep. Because you got, just look at the possibilities. You got Rhea, you got Io, you got Dakota Kai. Hell, you could put Casey Catanzaro in War Games. Imagine that for a hot second.
I'd like to see Raquel Gonzalez go monstrous ape shit in the women's war game.
Yeah,
just let her just let her throw people into the cage over and over again.
And who knows? Because someone isn't in Retribution anymore, let's bring back Mercedes Martinez. Let's do that. Because
seriously,
women's War Games last year was amazing when it was 4-on-2. If they have it be 4-on-4 this year, it's gonna be batshit bonkers, and I can't wait.
I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. What are you thankful for this year?
Yeah,
I'm thankful for wrestling's ingenuity, because no matter what the circumstances, wrestling's always going to keep going, and that's what this year has practically taught me. That there's no stopping wrestling.
It will find a way, right? To a certain point.
And even with the changes happening, I know a lot of people are mad that they can't sit ringside. I'm not gonna lie, there's been a lot of great wrestling put out this year. From the local level up to the big leagues. Every company has, not every company, because I've seen a lot of terrible stuff come out too, but a lot of the companies that have adapted to the situation have been putting out great things. Because I'm just gonna spoiler alert, if you enjoyed my match, Area 2's just gonna get crazier.
Yeah, there's some stuff in Area 2.
Area 2 was just a lot of matchups where it's I'm not mad.
Yeah.
That's it's the matchups are random, but they're just going to turn out I feel the combinations that they pick just make it's gonna be something good. It just shows wrestling's adaptiveness to survive the circumstances.
Yeah. So some of the matchups, this tournament coming up is going to be just on paper even is just nuts. If you got an eagle eye when you're watching these matches, again, you see a lot of people kind of around the outside that are going to be participating in the coming weeks. So you've seen. I'm gonna spoil or say any of the names if you haven't noticed them. You're gonna have to watch the video to catch them. But there's a couple very obvious ones in there. But no, definitely kind of keep with that and keep an eye out on what's happening there. So yeah, no, it's been a lot of opportunities so what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for the community around wrestling. And maybe this is probably a little more on the wrestler side because I didn't know what to do in March. I was wrestling was minimal and not great, and we were kind of coping with things. Into wrestling got really awkward on we had everything from a wrestling Me Too movement over the summer to all kinds of other stuff going on in promotions, and WWE just generally behaving badly for their employees, which that's nothing new at this point. But still,
it ain't stopped.
nothing's. Yeah, it's it's a big corporation. It will disappoint you. But there was a little bit of what do I do with guys like Bro and things for this show, because I wanted to still kind of converse and seeing this community, this wrestling fan and wrestler community, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on everybody that's come on when we were just like, hey guys, let's just get you on and see what you're doing while you can't do anything in the spring. I think that has been great. I've seen so many stick up for each other, lean on each other, support each other, check in on each other. There's a few communities that I'm privy to that it's definitely like this is the thing that's keeping everybody together while we can't do the thing that we want to do, or can't do it at all, depending on our situation, because we're all different in how, where, why things are being handled. But generally, we're filling in the gaps, and I think that's good to see. And some of the house cleaning that's happened over, we can say that over especially in indie wrestling. We were really confident with it, and I still am at this point, that when we get back to quote unquote normal, or I would more say full steam ahead with productions, promotions, shows, the Sport Athletic Commission restrictions in certain states, that it will be stronger than ever, because I think everybody got to pump the brakes and rethink things, right?
Yeah.
And those that did and truly rethought things and evaluated things and come back, not everybody's going to come back. That's also a very real fact as well.
Which is good for a lot of those reasons.
It is. Listen, in Pennsylvania, from my understanding, the licenses are January to December, and I think a lot of people don't know if they're going to have a 2021 show. So that's going to do a lot of different stuff, let's say, at least in this state. And Ohio still isn't even having shows. So, but that's those are the kinds of things that are going to adjust, and those intangibles, again, from state to state to promotions to communities around each promotion and schools and things like that. That's going to come back and make something hopefully a lot stronger. Hopefully a lot of, I think we see this with Fight Underground. We see a lot of people working together. A lot of people from different walks and different promotions and different things working each other to make something really cool. 2PW is doing something really cool to make sure we're doing something interesting and sticking their necks out to do something different, because it's like, if we can't do the regular thing, let's just go balls to the wall. And that's what they did with that Hardcore Halloween. It was fan-fucking-tastic. Things like that. And I think that's really, really great to see. Let me double check. I don't think there's been anything else in the chat room necessarily, especially NXT. So is amazing. EO is amazing on the women's wrestling side. So if you guys are listening later and want to tell us what you're thankful for, please hit us up at Mayhem Show, goodtimes at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, or that hotline that's obviously under your drunk dial, 412-206-WMS0. I better get a voicemail of an inebriated friend of the show over this week. I'm putting that challenge out there. That's what I want.
And you know what? It doesn't.
I'm probably gonna have to message you again for that number then, if you want that challenge.
Right on the website, WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Can't miss it on the rate.
Here's the thing. This also applies if you don't drink.
Oh yeah, no. Just if you're excited.
If you don't drink and you eat so much turkey and stuffing,
basically the same thing,
that you're food drunk.
Yes. As our friends Mikey and Big Bob said, gone off that tryptophan.
Even if you just call in and moan and say so much food, that's gonna be great. Like it. Keep in mind, when you call in, it does not have to be about.
You
wrestling.
can call me and tell me who you think the biggest turkey in professional wrestling is.
Oh, that's gonna get dangerous if people get really drunk.
Somebody's feelings gonna get hurt.
It's 2020. Everybody's feelings have been hurt. Come on.
And you know what? We'll play them all.
Even it might be just on Patreon. I don't know, but
no quarter.
Wow, that's a promo. That's a promo coming up, guys. It's time to get edumacated.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Okay. Yes. So I think we've done this right, because he's wearing the same suit and everything, and I'm getting really confused on the videos. So bear with me.
It's because he doesn't label them because he's not a real teacher. He doesn't prepare you, Sorg.
I did not get a syllabus on this, but there is a little bit of lesson planning, as you're about to find out, Mad Mike, and as I'm going to find out if I hit all the right buttons. So let's hear what is the latest from the good professor.
Not
Pro
a real
Wrestling
professor.
Mayhem show, thank you again for this review of the weekly assignment, Mr. Perfect versus Rick Martel. This is before he became the model, Rick Martel. So this is early Rick. Mr. Perfect is in one of the primes of his life here. Fully Mr. Perfect. This is fantastic stuff. Truth be told, though, I cannot wait for next week. Next week, this match, the roles are reversed, as they say. You know, Mr. Perfect had a little more pep in his step, and Rick felt a little prettier. So please tune in next week. Thank you, gentlemen, and let's hear what you have to say.
Well, there you go. It was primetime. By the way, this is the primetime wrestling episode where they're on the movie set, the Western movie set, which is one of my favorite. I think I watched all these sequences on one of the Bobby Heenan specials or something like that. This is my favorite. I can't believe they went to so much like, hey, let's go to a movie set and film. Like, Mike, how many segments, how many Gorilla and Heenan segments did you say were on this one? You counted last week, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I turned you down. You're back. You're back.
I believe there are nine of them.
9 of them? I feel like it was more.
Yeah, I lost count after
There's
5.
one of them in the middle of this match.
Yes, there was.
Yeah. So hold on.
Yes.
This quote unquote professor assigns us a match and then says he's going to review it. He didn't talk about the fucking match.
He was a little more excited about the next one. That is true. No, he's
He-
a prime of Mr. Perfect.
No, the match was fine. It wasn't a full match, which, you know, I would have liked to see a full match.
Yeah, did end in the draw.
Yeah, he gave us a match that had a commercial break in it.
Well,
yeah,
television.
but like, we don't get this. Like, we got maybe 5 minutes of a match.
Okay.
It was very entertaining for 5 minutes. I'm not gonna lie.
And also, it was
I'll
a
gladly
time-
take 5 to Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect is money.
Yeah.
It was a time limit draw.
Yeah.
Time limit draw.
I hate time limit draws.
Yeah. Well, gotta keep that perfect record. So,
Yeah, of course. Which I mean, if you count ties, it ain't a perfect record
he
anymore.
didn't
Sorry,
lose.
not.
He didn't lose. Also, I think he was on a Survivor Series as Kurt Hennig, and I wonder how that turned out. Bro, as a wrestler, like I said, you've been talking up Mr. Perfect on this pretty good. Let me hear your thoughts on this match.
Honestly, like it like at first, like I don't watch much Rick Martel, so like it was kind of good to like I learned quite a bit watching that. Like, but Mr. Perfect, like no matter what you give him, he can just give you enough to like where you just like, wait, what is he doing? But like it draws you in no matter what he does. But he's got such a swagger about it. It's like he's too good, he can't lose. But like it's always great to see him work.
It seemed like it was early swagger though, wasn't it? Like he was
Yeah,
there. He was
seems like he was still trying to fill it out. Like he wasn't at the point of being like Mr. Perfect, Mr. Perfect. But like seeing it develop, like it was a nice change up.
And we didn't get to see like there was no walk to the ring or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe that was part of why we didn't get much of that impression. But like all the stuff was there. I love the getting kicked in the leg, flip over on the ropes bump.
Oh my god!
Like
Every time we sold that.
Yes. Like him and Brett, it was always the best, right? But it was just like, and I don't recall ever seeing this Mr. Perfect terribly, except for renting the Survivor Series DVD when he was DVD VHS when he was on there, right? As again, I believe Kurt Mr. Perfect Hennig, right?
Yeah, this is basic. Like they were calling him Mr. Perfect, but he doesn't become Mr. Perfect until he's wearing a singlet.
No,
And he has a manager.
That's what threw me off.
His hair is not as long. My wife and I were debating. We're like, does he have a perm, or is it just because it's not growing out? And we're like, did men get perms back in the 80s? Like,
oh yeah,
Jerry
are
curls,
you
yeah.
kidding me?
So yeah, okay.
Half of WCW's tag team division was literally based on perms.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. Yeah. So
But, I will say, like the match was good. We got to see of it. I hate time limit draws, but
Of course.
it was a delight to hear Sean Mooney and Lord Alfred Hayes.
Yes.
It was a delight.
Yes.
It was a damn delight. Like, Lord Alfred doesn't get enough credit.
No.
He doesn't get enough credit for being just a solid number 2 announcer. Just a solid number 2. Like, he doesn't get that credit. And he should.
Yeah.
He's never going to be on anyone's like all-time announcer list. But if you had to pick an announcing team for 2 shows and couldn't repeat, he might be in there.
Yeah. Really good show. Again,
if you really want, give me an announce team of Lord Alfred Hayes and William Regal. Just dulcet English tones the whole time.
The beginning of this match, I recall it being like a lot of fast lockups. Does that track with you, bro?
Yeah, like the chain was like quick. Like you're blinking. Like I'm not gonna lie, I had to rewatch the intro like 3 times because I blinked and missed a lot.
but yeah, it seemed like I don't even in this era. And again, these were I think Martel with Strike Force was kind of labeled the quote high flyers of the era or something like that. Pre-rockers. But it was still like you're kind of. When I watch an 80s or early 90s match and I watch a lot of speed or something this quick happening, like it always surprises me. Some of that half-hour match, I think, that we watched, right? I think either that Chris Russo come up for something, like the first modern professional wrestling match. But that always sticks out to me. So, no, I think it was a good pick. Harken back to those days, and from what I understand, it's going to be a little bit of a part 2 on this one as we get into.
I have a feeling I know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is? I mean, I got an idea, but I don't know. Let's see what the good professor is assigning us for next week.
Hi, class. My name is Professor Jacob Edwin. This is another weekly assignment. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you did not catch last week's assignment, it was Mr. Perfect versus Rick Martel in 1989. I make that distinction because this week's assignment is Mr. Perfect versus Rick Martel 1993. This time on March 8th for Monday Night Raw. You have to watch both. You have to, because now the roles are reversed. So if you didn't catch last week's, please do that and watch them both as a double feature. The roles are reversed and Mr. Perfect has a little more of a pep in his step and Rick Martel felt a little prettier. So, watch this match, watch the differences from last week's assignment, and go ahead and tell me the differences you notice. Just what stands out as strikingly different, maybe even stuff that's not so obvious. I'll be giving my review on Pro Wrestling Mayhem Show, which you can find on Facebook or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you.
There you go.
Hi, class.
Oh,
my name is Professor...
There it is. Hello.
He doesn't even know the name of our show, Sorg.
I know.
Sorg, he's not a real professor.
I know.
Before we talk about this assignment, which I'm excited to watch because I'm looking at the image grab, it looks like both men are full gimmick at this point.
Yes.
And it's in the Manhattan Center, which that crowd was crazy.
Uh-huh.
I was checking to see because around this time of Raw, they held a lot when your boy was in attendance. So I was checking. I'm like, I don't remember ever seeing Perfect and Martel live, but I could have been, I was 10. So I could have been misremembering. But Jacob Edwin, I'm not calling you professor because I've never seen a diploma. The fuck?
The fuck?
The fuck?
Next thing you're going to say that Brohemoth's not an actual Bronomaly.
No, I know he is. I've seen him.
I'm about to say, I am a living Bronomaly, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. He provides proof in the pudding. This Jacob Edwin, he doesn't provide any proof that he's a teacher, despite me repeatedly asking for him.
What the hell are we doing with pudding?
Proof is in the pudding. It's a phrase, Sorg. The proof is in it's an expression. All right, I'm hungry. It's Thanksgiving
I got
time.
some pudding. I didn't get some pudding in my Instacart. Hold on a second. Let me put that on the order. Anyways, go ahead.
Sure,
Go ahead.
Get some damn pudding.
All right. Get some damn pudding now. Okay.
Alexa, get some damn pudding.
Alexa, get some damn pudding.
That's gonna light up everyone's Alexa when they listen to this. That's good. But
I might have just bought pudding. I'm not sure.
He needs to come on the show and prove that he's a professor.
How is he going to prove? Are you going to give him a test or something?
There's a fucking diploma.
I mean, okay. All right.
There are many easy ways to prove you're a professor, Sorg. Many easy ways. And, I mean, he doesn't know the name of you, Sorg. He doesn't know the name of Matt Carlin's.
Okay.
He doesn't know the name of this show.
Mm-hmm.
It's disrespectful. It's disrespect. And honestly, I think he just forgot to do an assignment and meant to give us this one last week. I'm just saying. It doesn't seem like he has this well thought out.
Either way, we'll be watching the match. I do not mind pulling up Rick Martel and Mr. Perfect in 1993 on Monday Night Raw. I'm sure it will be delightful. I hope there's some arrogance. I hope there's giant Raw letters in the entrance. Were they doing that yet? Maybe.
Sorg, do you want to know what opened up this show? What opened up the Raw?
Mantar against Max Moon.
No. The first thing that opened on this Raw was the Mega Maniacs addressing Money Incorporated.
Son of a bitch.
And there's also a segment that I'm going to watch where apparently for the entire night, Rick Martel replaced the Raw girls.
What?
Now, all right, for those of you who don't know,
credit. There were Raw girls?
This is what I'm about to explain.
Okay.
Back in the day in 1993 when Raw first started, if you watch some of those old episodes, like the women that come out with Kenny Omega now and they have brooms and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, every time Raw went to a commercial, they came back with women in bathing suits holding up signs that say, "I like it raw." And they were called the Raw Girls. And apparently on this episode of Raw, Rick Martel has decided to replace the Raw Girls.
Fantastic. By the way, I'm putting pudding in my Amazon cart now. Snack pack.
Excellent.
There you go. Come on, who eats butterscotch? The Raw Girls. Wait, is that an assignment? Where are we at now? I don't know what's going on anymore.
Well, no,
where am I? What show is this?
So basically, this was a Raw right before WrestleMania 9. WrestleMania 9, where the main event was, one of the main events was Hogan and Beefcake against Money Inc.
Yes, and Hart and Yokozuna, of course.
Yes. And Perfect and Lex Luger.
Yes. So this is
this is Perfect getting ready for that.
Yeah. So this is face turn Mr. Perfect after he's. I think he slapped the shit out of Bobby Heenan on prime time. So,
Yeah, and Ric Flair's gone at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, Perfect and Flair had their loser leaves of the rematch.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is Mr. Perfect is a full-on face. And Rick Martel, he is dressed like Johnny Polo when he replaced the Raw Girls. it's fantastic.
Looking forward to it. Guys, it's time to find out. What did you learn from wrestling this week? I learned that getting ahead in life literally is based on your position, even if that position is on the ring steps.
Oh, okay. All right, so you learned a lot from Lana.
Mm-hmm. I was really fascinated with what was happening there.
Yeah, I would. All right, bro, what'd you learn?
I learned that if you believe hard enough, you can be the guy. Because Roman Reigns has the backup title and still believes he's the top guy in the company. Which he's showing it. He's showing it. I'm not gonna lie. Like this,
It's all about that
This
swagger, right?
Tribal Chief character, I'm loving. Like
Yeah.
that.
And I love Mike. Mike had the right thing with that. He was pissed that the head of the table shirt was not out in time for anybody to have it for Thanksgiving.
Yes, honestly, that's the biggest. That's the only misstep they've done with Roman Reigns so far. The only misstep, or the Survivor Series poster should have been Roman at the head of the table
And
with
all the other competitors.
Drew
sitting around the
McIntyre's
table.
head on the turkey.
Wow.
And also, if you're a graphic artist, please make that.
Yes.
Put it on a shirt, and I will buy it.
In the style of the old like Lex Luger at the head of the
Sport
table.
Fanatics versus Team USA.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that needs to happen. Also, looking back and seeing the poster for the Gravest Challenge between Hogan and Taker, and the poster was just like their floating heads on a tombstone. That seemed kind of disturbing.
Yes,
So it's like, wow, we did not have Photoshop.
Sorg, I have a question, and this goes for you too, bro. Do you guys listen to the New Day podcast?
Not enough.
I do not.
Okay.
I
I
might
learned.
have-
Oh, you do. They're it's fantastic. Every episode is pure gold. I learned something extremely important for this show from the New Day podcast. Big E will now be one of Pittsburgh's most favorite wrestlers. Do you know why, Sorg?
Permanis?
No, better. In the battle of Sheets versus Wawa.
Oh, damn! Oh, damn!
Big E goes to Sheets. He prefers Sheets over Wawa.
Yes.
I believe Kofi and Woods declined to comment. But it was a fan-asked
They're not
question.
ready for that social media heat.
It was a fan-asked question. That was like, where do you go for good eats in the Northeast? And Big E was like, I like Sheets.
Yeah.
I like Sheets. And he's like, I know a lot of people like Wawa. I'm a Sheets man, especially their hot food. And I can't disagree.
No, absolutely not.
Pizza's king.
Absolutely not.
So, Sorg, when we tweet this,
yes,
we need to tag Big E, and we need to tag Sheets.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
if we can get Big E on a Sheets commercial, I feel like we have done our job.
Yeah. Well, that Savage Gentleman's apparently on a Butterfinger thing.
Yeah, he's trying to get sponsored by Butterfinger, and nobody better lay a finger on that Savage Gentleman.
Okay. All right.
Get it? Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Butterfinger?
Don't lay a finger.
Yes, nobody better lay a finger on that Savage Gentleman.
I'm now going to endeavor to get the Savage Gentleman on the show in the next few weeks so you can present that to him, okay?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right. That's my new goal.
Fine with that.
I got a sparse number of weeks, and I have a hit list of people to get on the show that I'm working on right now. So, and that is now one of them.
Hey, Sorg, make sure you check it twice.
My list. I got you. Okay.
There it is. There it is.
Santa Sorg.
Mm-hmm.
What wrestling gifts are you presenting to the internet this time, Santa Sorg?
Jesus. I still can't get over the thing that softened my heart was when Christian Noir did the
Hulk taco meme.
The Hulk taco meme, and
Still facts.
it was me giving like wrestling footage to people, and I was just like, oh, that like I feel that.
It's true.
The scariest guy is like the most genuine guy I know. That's where that's at. But also good to see him on the background there at the Fight Underground too. Did I say my thing? I did say my thing. All right. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Again, check out Indie Mayhem show this week, this Friday. Subscribe to it so you don't miss the audio version, but we got some visuals in the video version on our YouTube and Facebook for Indy Wrestling US. Rog Schamberger is on there. Also, in the meantime, check out SchambergerLabs.com to check out that awesome stuff that he has going on. And this is the other cool thing. He has a weekly thing on WWE's YouTube page, WWE.com. I think it's Canvas to, hold on.
Canvas to canvas.
Canvas to canvas, and it's him. It's just him drawing stuff every week. Like he's been doing for like a year.
Oh, it's that guy. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's the guy we're talking to.
yeah.
So definitely go check that out. Some good stuff. Good stuff over there. You've probably seen him on TV, to be honest. We talked about that a little bit as well. So looking forward to that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brohemoth. Again, Brohemoth, where can people find you? Of course, on Fight Underground, you can see all your matches over there on that social media. But where can they follow the bro?
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Brohemoth TFB. And then you can find me on Facebook at Facebook.com/Bronomaly.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It's so good to be back in the saddle in the studio. We'll be back next week, hopefully with one of those guests I have on my list. And we'll see you then. Until then, Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.